Let's talk about this test that people can actually do right now.
With items already in your house.
Folks, what you want to do is go get a glass of water. You want to fill it 3/4 of the way, just like this one, and then bring it right back. Now, Mark, tell us what symptoms our viewers can look for to tell if they have Candida.
Absolutely. The most common symptom is thrush in the mouth. If you have a white film on your tongue like this guy, then you definitely have Candida yeast overgrowth.
Other symptoms would be chronic sinus problems, skin rashes such as eczema, psoriasis. There's yellow toenails, depression, anxiety, fatigue, excess weight gain.
Your body requires larger portions of food because the Candida yeast eats first. Essentially, you're eating for two like a pregnant woman.
Back to that test. Explain how it works.
Okay, all you need is a glass of water, filled up 3/4 of the way full. You're going to work up some saliva in your mouth for a second and then spit it right into the center of the glass of water. Your cameraman just spit in this one.
Thanks, Ralph. Now, folks, what you want to do is set it aside. Don't touch it. We'll explain to you what it means in just a minute. Now, Mark, we're talking about Candida yeast. How serious of a health problem can this be for someone?
The biggest problem is what Candida does in the gut. These nasty little devils burrow deep in your intestinal walls and eventually dig holes right through. Crohn's disease, diverticulitis, or colon cancer are obvious results. Now you go and eat that American pre-processed diet with foods that contain various toxins, and instead of digesting everything properly by breaking things down in the saliva and stomach, pulling out the nutrients through the digestive tract and sending waste out the back, waste and toxins end up leaking through these holes and pollute your bloodstream.
Which causes your body to become more acidic, which lowers your body's pH that is so crucial to maintain great health.
Your liver does its best to clean up the mess and send these toxins packing. But what if your liver is too busy cleaning up other messes made by medications you're taking or alcohol you're drinking? Common painkillers like Advil or Tylenol put a pretty hefty strain on your liver. By the way, remember those healthy indigenous people? They're not taking these drugs either. So ultimately, the liver can't keep up with the mess, and now your immune system assembles its army of killer cells to go do battle with the remaining toxins. The only problem is, everything living wants to survive. So these bad cells mutate and copy or disguise themselves with or in healthy cells. And now the killer cells get confused and start attacking everything in sight. Guess what, people? Now you have disease.
And that could manifest itself into all types of health concerns. Weight gain, fatigue, diabetes, cancer, pretty much any disease known to man. Here's the question. If someone is taking medications right now, can they still do a Candida cleanse?
Absolutely, Paul. The two most important things you can do for your health are to balance your body's pH and clear the Candida yeast overgrowth. And I'm telling you, diabetics need to especially pay attention to this.
Okay, folks, it's time to examine that glass of water that you spit in. Remember, don't touch it. We just want you to look at it. And can we get this up on the screen? Okay, great. There we go. Mark, explain to us what this all means.
If you have a Candida yeast infection, you will see strings, like cloudy legs, traveling down into the water from the saliva floating on top. Or cloudy saliva will sink to the bottom of the glass. Or cloudy specks will be suspended in the water. If there are no strings and the saliva is still floating after an hour, then you are Candida yeast free. The more strings and cloudiness there is, and the faster it develops, the greater the overgrowth you have. And you can let that sample sit for an hour to be sure.
But basically within 2 to 3 minutes of spitting in a glass of water, someone will be able to know what their current level of health is as far as this Candida yeast goes.
Yes, and I know for a fact that 80% of our viewing audience has it. The good news is that it can be easily eradicated in 1 month with this probiotic. Remember, typically taking a course of antibiotics at some point in your life is what gives birth to Candida. So killing it is accomplished simply by feeding it probiotics. Each gastric bypass capsule contains 1.68 billion Lactobacillus acidophilus, 1.68 billion Bifidobacterium BB12, Paul. 0.44 billion Streptococcus thermophilus, and 0.20 billion Lactobacillus delbrueckii SSP bulgaricus. That is going to wipe out Candida.
Again, if you're watching right now and you're concerned about the adverse effects that Candida can have on your health, call the number on your screen. We have a probiotic formula that's designed to eradicate Candida at its cause. Also, we're going to give you a 90-day money-back guarantee as well as a free gift. This is an audio CD titled Candida, the Root Cause of Disease. Folks, this contains information that we can't share with you on television regarding Candida and its adverse effect on our overall health. If you just want the CD on its own, it's $19.95, or it's absolutely free with any order. So pick up the phone and call now. Probiotics do exist in certain types of food. Probiotics are in yogurt, cottage cheese is a good source, broccoli, cabbage. I guess my question is, can we get the amount of probiotics we need through diet alone to kill off this Candida yeast?
I'll tell you exactly how to do it. You quarter a head of cabbage and take a quarter head in the blender with 2 cups of water, grind it all up, put it in the refrigerator and let it ferment for a week. You do this and drink 1 cup twice a day.
So we have to drink 2 cups of fermented cabbage juice every day for a week?
No, it's got to be a week old, and you need to do this every day for an entire month while avoiding carbs and alcohol. It's pretty impossible to do, and it tastes absolutely horrible.
Let's explain to everyone just how important this is.
The problem with killing Candida with foods like yogurt is the majority of beneficial probiotic is absorbed before it gets to the intestine where it's needed most. The patented gastric bypass capsule keeps all beneficial probiotic intact until the capsule reaches the intestine. This means it releases its arsenal on Candida at point-blank range with the accuracy of a cruise missile.
It sounds like the perfect weapon necessary to win the war on disease.
And honestly, you're never too old or too young to benefit from probiotic.
Somebody watching wants to get rid of the Candida. They did this test in the cup, they realized they have it.
Yep.
What are the specific differences between the 2 formulas that we have, the 2-step program?
Okay, the probiotic is the gastric bypass capsule. Very small little capsule. You're going to take 3 of these a day for a month.
And this thing is tiny. Folks, if we can get this on the
screen.
You
don't even know
This is the smallest capsule that you're probably ever going to see, but it's the most effective.
This formula is the 1-2 knockout punch. In 1 month, Candida is gone. The problem is you're still continuing to eat carbs, sugars, drinking alcohol, doing anything. So we're going to have the maintenance program. And what it's for is to keep the continued exposure to all the carbs and sugars that we have from developing and breeding new Candida.
I want to go back to our viewers. Folks, if you're watching right now, I want you to pay attention to the size of this gastric bypass capsule that's going to help eradicate Candida at its root cause in the intestine. This isn't a gigantic pill. This isn't difficult to take. Can we get in on this? This capsule is absolutely tiny, but the benefit it will help you experience is unimaginable. If you're watching right now and you'd like more information on our Candida eradication program, call the number on your screen. We're going to give you a 90-day money-back guarantee so you can experience the benefits firsthand. Also, when you call, we're going to give you a free gift. This is an audio CD done by Mark and myself, Candida, the Root Cause of Disease. This exposes things about Candida that we can't share with you on television. If you just want this on its own, it's $19.95, or it's absolutely free with any order when you call today. So do the right thing, make the right decision, and call now.